I just had a really bad panic attack. Just kind of like a random thought crossed my head of life being meaningless, and like I'm gonna die one day. I used to get panic attacks really bad when I was younger, like in middle school. I would curl up in a ball for hours and just cry myself to sleep. And when I woke up, I felt better. But those hours of crying and like thinking that my life is meaningless really, really got to me. I'm waving this fucking piece of pork in the air like it's a damn microphone. And this just reminded me of why I started training jiu-jitsu in the first place. Was I remember nights in my bedroom when I was in maybe like I said before, 13 or to 12, whatever, middle school age. I remember sitting in my room during the night feeling empty and purposeless. I felt like I was a waste of space on the planet, and I really had nothing to keep me going. I contemplated killing myself a few times, but it was never too severe where I actually tried and do anything. I feel like everybody has those thoughts, and this is just mine. But I really didn't feel like I had any purpose before I started training. I started training when I was 9, and I stopped for about 5 years, and I went back, trained for a year. I won a competition, competed again, got my ass beat, and then I stopped training for 2 years. And in between that, 2-year time period is really when I was feeling the most meaningless. So I did the only thing I could think of, and I went back to training because I knew the people at my jiu-jitsu classes were good people, and if I kept training, I would be like them. Fortunately, it did work out, and I think I found purpose in my life. And while I was just having that panic attack a minute ago, I was having the same thoughts of life being purposeless, and then I reminded myself of why am I on this planet. And it might be a little bit corny, but I'm on this planet to train jiu-jitsu and make people's lives better through it. And I thought maybe recording myself talking about this would help me if I ever had thoughts like that again. I can always come back and remind myself of why I'm here. I almost curled up in a ball again and started crying, but I caught myself, thankfully. Well, yeah, one more pork chop here, might as well finish it off. Well, I think it's pork rib, but same thing. at one of my competitions, I lost my gold match by an RNC, but it wasn't on the throat, it was on my jaw. So my jaw was being pulled down like this by the rear naked choke, and my jaw popped 3 times. And now every time I chew like rough meat like this, I can always hear my jaw popping on each side every time I chew. And my girlfriend pointed it out and was like, what the fuck is that popping noise? And I'm like, I really had no idea what she was talking about, but it was my jaw. So I guess it is pretty loud because I can hear it right now, especially with there not being much other noise around. Sometimes I think about if jiu-jitsu is really the path I want to take in life, and I know that for sure that it is, but sometimes I question if it's even possible. But I mean, I don't really have any other choice. I don't have any other passion in life. I don't really find interest in anything other than jiu-jitsu. And you know, I figured if I just stick with it, I'll be able to open my own gym and live a perfectly fine life. But you know, no matter what you do in life, there'll always be seeds of doubt in your head. No matter what it is, anything you have passion for, you'll always question if you're good enough or if things are going to work out. Sometimes I really don't know. But I guess it's better to live in the moment right now, you know? I'm 18 and I have my whole life ahead of me, but you know, I've always been somebody who likes to plan everything ahead. I don't like rushing into something without a plan. I don't really know what to do. I know what I can do, which is stay training, stay competing, and save up as much money as possible, but I feel like there's always a better way to go about it, and I just don't know what it is. Well, that's that pork chop gone. I'm gonna head back inside. Maybe I'll do more video logs, but hopefully it'll be about a more cheerful topic next time.